I think, first of all, other than our panel, the first session was about the whole digital currencies and how they are coming into mainstream. So, of course, as a CIO of Mashreq Bank, I'm also thinking, where's our integration point in that? What are we doing on that? So it does spark a little bit of a moment of thought to ensure that we're also seeing what's happening in the market and ready for what's coming.
You spoke about AI-infused banking, okay? And you also mentioned it's trustworthy.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Okay, so what I mentioned on stage is trustworthy AI-infused banking, okay? Because, first of all, banking is based on trust, and I cannot introduce a new technology without assuring that trust. So the whole side of is my data ready? Do I have the right ethics? Do I have the right responsibility? Do I have the right transparency? Do I have explainability? Because if you come take a loan from me, and today I tell you I'm not going to give you the loan, you say, explain to me why. I say, well, your history at the bank has not been that great. You've underpaid your credit card. I don't think you'll be able to pay back your loan. But when a machine tells you that, or machine takes that decision, even with human supervision, there has to be explainability to the end customer. So having, continuing the trust while building technology and having technology do the servicing, do the decision making, do the credit assessments, it has to be trusted, and it has to be explainable, and it has to be policy driven. You have full human, and then you have human in the loop or machine in the loop, and you can toggle. There are certain services, and also what was said by my fellow panelists is the client ready? Does the client want to be served by machine? Because that's not necessarily. My colleague from HSBC said most of their clients still prefer face-to-face, and especially in the affluent side, right? Or I ask you a question, if you buy stocks, would you give your bank account to a machine today? Okay, another one, very pertinent example. Airlines had an autopilot for the last 40 years. Why is there still a human pilot in the airplane?
I got my answer.
Yeah, so human will stay in the loop to a degree of what is required, okay, what is financially viable, okay. If I'm not expanding my business, if I'm not serving mass, if I'm not doing anything, and my client loves what I do, and they continue to grow with me and I grow with them, would I require AI? I would, to make myself more productive. I can be smarter, I can be faster, I can be more effective, I can be more efficient to my client, and when they see that, they'll say, can you do more of that? Then there is a need to change. But if there's no need to change, then it's change for the sake of change, which it comes at a big cost and a big complexity.
Yeah, so a lot of people have this kind of a thought process that AI is going to practically take over everything. But like you mentioned, that it's still, the human touch is always going to be there, because
it will
finance
take over a lot.
Yes.
At its pace, in its right industry,
yeah.
It will. No doubt about that. Especially if we are serving millions more of clients, we cannot, and I said it inside, put the headcount machinery in that service. So will the artificial intelligence or agentic, that's also the next, to build, I'd love to build my own agents today to help me manage my workload, for example, and I'm not client facing, right? So imagine if we can build the virtual assistant to be fully agentic, fully versed in policy, procedures, how-tos, FAQs, help the customer reach a destination much faster.
So I think the bottom line is that the curtain is always going to be there, no matter what, especially when it comes to financing, because that's like, yeah.
There is a pace to that.
Yes.
But, again, digital currency was discussed. When that comes in, fraud and risk management, credit analysis, lawyers, technology, managing my own tech, right? Your traditional service desk evolution or contact center evolution. because also the client is getting more savvy, right? And the next generation has to be also attracted, not just the past
Absolutely.
generation.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the insights.
Thank you very much. Thank you.